Intro to B1 Part 3. So we're going to talk about the one-time pass. I'm going to go back over to the syllabus. And before I forget, and this is nice too because we're over on this column here. We're not in the first module where the syllabus is also listed down here. Right there. In this column, the Canvas page has loaded the very bottom. Let's scroll way down here. The Canvas has picked up on all these due dates here. So that's another way you can look at a breakdown of due dates and what's going on. This won't give you the total points, and I do that somewhere else, and I'll show that to you in a little bit. Okay, let's go over to one-time pass for the extension, and I'm really going to ask you to email me on this before you ask me to use it. Read this whole thing and read it, another time, not just now. What it is you have 20 points now. I just go ahead and give you 20 points at the beginning of the semester. So how that works, two ways. One is that I know everybody's going to miss something. Quizzes are 10 to 15 points. I think there might be one 20-point quiz, but everybody's going to miss one quiz or one thing. No big deal. Okay? So you have 20 extra points so that you don't have to worry about missing one thing or maybe two things. There's 1,000 points in the course. You need 900 to pass. Okay? There's probably like another 200 extra credit points. I do always get one or two students. Usually the A students do all the extra credit. I get 1,100 points or 1,200 points or 1050, things like that. But you really only need 900. Okay? So this 20 points gives you that little buffer that, if you miss one assignment, then you're good. Okay, you don't have to do anything extra for it. You have the 20 points now. It does not get taken away unless you email me and you say, I want to open 4 late assignments. Now, it does not work for the midterm and final. Remember, you have to have documentation to retake a midterm or the final. Okay, and those are going to hurt you because there are a lot of points. 165 for each midterm. There are 200 for the final. So that needs documentation. You have there are 20 points free. So 4 assignments you can reopen, 2 homework, 2 quizzes. I don't really care if it's 4 quizzes. It's just that 4 quizzes at 10 points each is 40 points. Say you don't do very well on it, then you kind of, it's not really worth it for you to cash in the 20 points. Some of the homeworks are worth more, so it'd be better for you to do more of 2 homeworks at 30 or 40 points and 2 quizzes which are 10 each. Do you know what I'm saying? So you can do this full amount, you can do part of it, whatever you want to do. Sometimes I'll email you back and say, for one quiz, to lose 20 points and gain perhaps 15, why don't you reconsider and not do that because it's not really going to help you. Okay? So if you look at your grades, you're going to see that you have this already. Let's do that real quick. So I'm going to go down to settings really quick. And I'm going to go to student view. And there's a couple things I want to do here. One, if I go to my grades, I graded all my work already just to make sure everything was working. That doesn't mean everything's perfect, but, I forgot to give myself a grade there. Okay, so if I go down here, the one-time pass doesn't go to the last week of the class, by the way. It goes to the week 13. Week 14 is Thanksgiving. Then 15 and 16 are the last weeks, so you need to use it before that time. It's due November 21st. So you see I have 20 points out of 0. That's how extra credit works. I gave myself 20 points, 10 typo credit points, 2 points each out of 0. That's what extra credit looks like. A normal assignment looks 10 out of 10, right? Worth 10 points, I earned 10 points, so I have 100% here. So there's no percentage here because you don't have to do these. So that's going to be a 0. It's going to look a little weird, right? So I go down here and I can see that I got 1,061 out of 980 points. Uh-oh, I deleted something. So anyway, it should be 1,000, okay? Ignore all this breakdown. I can't take these off. for some reason. Don't worry about all that here, because up here it might say 50%, 150, and that doesn't mean anything. What matters is the points, okay? The other thing in Student View I want to do is to look here and to do the mark done. Okay, see how there's a circle here? And then I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to say, okay, now on to the next thing, statement of professionalism. I'm going to read that over carefully. I'm going to go through this whole thing with the student code of conduct, the whole deal. Then I'm going to go back up here and I'm going to mark that as done. Okay? When I do that, when I've marked each one of these done, I've gone through all of this stuff that I'm being asked to mark as done. You see how these are grayed out? They're grayed out because I haven't marked them as done yet. Then I can open up the week 1 assignments. It's going to be gray to you until you mark those done. Got it? There's another thing I want to show you in Student View to do with Turnitin, but I'm not sure if we can do it. So if I go to my essay scores for the midterm essay on color, which I'm probably going to change, but at any rate, if I go here and there is a little box that's bright red, that means I plagiarized, and I got to click on that right box. But you can also go here, and it should be over here. I can't show it to you because I usually do a fake one, and I didn't do it. But that's how you're going to look up Turnitin and figure out what to do about your plagiarism. I'm going to show you another window on that later. So let's get out of Student View. And we were on the syllabus, down here, document imaging, assignment work ethic. I really expect you to work hard, okay? I'm going to be really honest about that. Computer, Wi-Fi, electric outage is not an excuse. Technical information is listed. Don't wait to the last day to try the work. Check it out, okay? With the multiple choice, you have 2 attempts. But you can look at a lot of the work in this class without actually doing it. Make sure you know what you need to do beforehand, because some things like with the art supplies, you're going to need to get those ahead of time. It explains a lot of things on here. How will you do a BC this semester? So habits of mind are here, tech support is here. Get tutoring early. Don't wait until it's too late and your grade's already suffering. Do it early, okay? Work ethic. Now, I get a lot of emails about this is going on in my life, this is going on in my life, this is going on in my life, okay? It's really, there's no third way to take a class. You're either in the class and you're committed to it and you do the best you can, or you drop the class, okay? I can't make this class work for you when you can't do the due dates and you can't do the work and you have no computer or things like that. There's only so much I can do. Even if I was a live instructor, there's still only so much I could do and BC can do and so on. Okay, if you have 2 full-time jobs, it's going to be really hard to do a course like this, or any course, really. But some people do it. You just have to know yourself, okay, what you're able to do. The other thing I do ask for is that if you're on a sports team or financial aid, and you're going to tell me I need to get an A this semester. That's my least favorite thing to hear, by the way. How do I get an A? I need an A. I need a B. I need a C. Please don't fail me. You fail yourself, okay? You earn an A on your own. It's very little to do with me, okay? Earn the grade you want. That's all I can tell you. And I'll be very firm about that. There's no way I'm not going to budge about any of that. Very unethical to even ask, in my opinion. If you have DSPS paperwork, that's a very different thing. So here for accommodations, there's a listing. If you have DSPS paperwork, if you have an accommodation that tells me that you have time and a half or double time on the midterms and final, email me as soon as you can by August 29th. If you don't get around to it till later, it really is okay because the midterm is, I think, on the 4th week. But if you don't give it to me until right before the midterm, then I can't give you any other extra help or anything. You have to give me the paperwork first. It's not retroactive. It starts the day you give it to me, if that makes sense. I have usually 3 or 4 students in 100, 140, sometimes 5 or 6.